Bye-bye, glasses. I am going to get Lasik surgery today. We spent the last couple of weeks getting consultations from different places. The first one being Lasik Plus. The second one, 45 minutes away, Lasik Vision Institute. And they were the same price. The first time I got the consultation, it was $3,700. And Justin said that he would not agree to it unless I got a second opinion, because they're advertising $250 an eye. So when mine came back so much more, he was like, this is ridiculous. So we went to the one in Lancaster and it was the same price, $3,700. So I bit the proverbial bullet and scheduled an appointment. So today is the day that I can get rid of these.
All right, so I wanted Emily to describe her emotional state for anybody who's thinking about getting LASIK in the future or has done it already. I'm just curious to see, in the comments below, what did you guys think about before your surgery? And we're talking 45 minutes before surgery now.
Yeah, well, I'm fine now because I took a Xanax. But before, I was like, what if I sneeze? Like, what if I have to go to the bathroom? What if this happens? What if this happens? And Justin's like, you need to take a pill. So I did. So I'm okay now. I'm not nervous, but I worry that I'm going to move during the surgery. And I have no idea, like, what to expect in that regard. I know they numb your eye, and they prop it open with the clamp. So I won't be able to blink. That won't be a problem. And they say the procedure takes like 2 minutes per eye. So it doesn't take a long time. And then I won't be able to drive because I'll have patches over my eye. And then you're supposed to go home and take a nap. But I look all crazy because they said you can't wear any perfume. You can't wear any face cream because it messes with the laser. So my hair's dry. My face is dry. Like, I did put deodorant on last night, but but I'm like all natural this morning. And I asked them, who is a candidate for this advertised $250 an eye? And she told me people who come in there with like 20/30 vision, who just want a little tweak, who aren't dependent upon glasses. If my vision was 20/30, I don't know that I would have it corrected. Like, it's so close to being perfect. Why bother?
I guess if you were just barely to the point of having to wear glasses, I would probably consider, if I had the money, getting it done, that way. Like, it's either wear glasses or not wear glasses. I mean, I feel like it's pretty...
Yeah, well, $500 is a lot better than $3,700.
Yeah, exactly.
But the second consultation I went to, the lady told me, oh, you're a perfect candidate for this new technology. I was like, so what you're saying is that my vision is so bad that you have to use special technology to fix it? No. Yes.
She said it was based on the shape of your cornea, and like only 20 or 30% of the people qualify because normally their corneas aren't flat, they're bumpy or hilly, I guess is how she described it.
So I have horrible vision, but perfect eyes.
Perfect corneas.
Oh, the irony.
That's why I married her, for her cornea.
So some of my crazy dreams last night were, one was about Minority Report, where he changes his eyes out for someone else because they're looking for him. And he reaches into the fridge, and there's 2 sets of milks, and there's 2 sets of sandwiches.
Ugh.
One's all molded and like chunky, and of course he can't see it because he has the patches on his eyes. So he reaches in and he grabs like the nasty milk and drinks it and like spits it up and eats the nasty sandwich. So we were just talking about going to get something to eat, and that brought that up.
Ugh.
Yeah. So hopefully they don't give me any nasty milk after my surgery.
All positive thoughts. Maybe you guys shouldn't watch this if you're going to get LASIK soon, because...
I have a feeling that once I get it done, I will be like, oh, that was no big deal. Because, like I said, they do numb your eyes, so it's not like you feel it.
All right, well, think the next time they see you,
I'll be covered up.
You'll be like bandaged up. Am I gonna have to like walk you to the car?
I think so. Yeah.
What? I don't want to do that.
Yes. Yes, you do.
No, tough love. Walk
It'd
yourself.
be like, yeah, I'll be like dodging cars like
Mhm.
Frogger, having to listen to the sounds.
Good luck.
Good luck. So there's 2 separate machines they use before you actually get to the laser. Right now they're clamping my eye open. You can kind of see my eye in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. Once they clamp it open, they put something on it to create suction, and then they dilate your eye. Once they finish dilating your eye, he's trying to position my head and I'm not being very cooperative. Once they dilate it, they switch you over to the second machine. And the second machine actually takes the readings for your eye and sends it over to the laser machine. You can kind of see my eye there again. It has that weird suction thing on it. Again, repositioning my head. And you sit there for about 45 seconds. He's gonna count it off. You can see my eye on the left side of the screen right there. And it takes size measurements. So your laser is accurate. You can almost not really tell it's an eye, but there it is. This part doesn't hurt at all. Like, you don't feel it. Well, none of it hurts really. There it goes. Starting the measuring. Now is the fun part. He is making an incision and cutting my cornea to expose the aqueous humor. And that red dot you see is actually the light from the laser. It's not active yet. That's just the guide. And it doesn't hurt. I know it looks a little crazy, but he peels back the cornea, not all the way off. And then the laser does its thing for like 10 seconds, and which smells a little, but it doesn't hurt. And then he's going to wet my eye a little and put the flap back up, and the cornea like self-adheses. He kind of smooths it out, and that's it.
All right, so we are fresh out of the procedure.
It didn't take, I can't see, but
Yeah.
I don't know how long it took.
Let's see. The procedure itself took about 10 minutes.
Yeah, so that wasn't bad at all.
What was the experience like?
So they take you into this really cold room, and they give you 2 stress balls, and they lay you down, and they clamp open your eye, and then they put something else over it to create suction. That part is a little bit uncomfortable because there's a lot of pressure. And then you have to kind of look at the light, and it does, I don't know what this part is supposed to do, but your vision goes dark. And then they move you over to this other laser that does something else. I don't know what that does. And they do that to both eyes. And then they move you to another laser, and this one actually reshapes the cornea. They open up your eye again with a clamp, and then he takes something and he pulls back a flap of your cornea, and then you have to look at the green dot, and you see the red pulses, and and you can smell it. So for like 15 seconds you can smell the laser reshaping your cornea, and that part didn't hurt as much because there wasn't that suction pressure down, but that was the most unnerving part because you have the smell that says like they're burning something in your eye. So it was an unnerving experience. It wasn't painful at all, and now it looks like I went swimming and I just got out of the water, and you have like the chlorine film over your eyes, so everything is like super blurry. Not blurry, just really cloudy, and I just want to close my eyes. Like, my eyes are very heavy, they just want to be shut.
All right, so from a bystander watching you get it done, I would never ever want to do that. Like, it was freaky.
Really?
Yeah, like especially So the first part, what I think they're doing, that second piece that they put in after they clamp it open, they had a syringe attached to it. So I think that was what was like numbing your eye.
Oh.
And then they take you over to the machine, and I think it did a scan. Like I could actually watch it on the computer scan your entire eye, and I think that was like sending information over to the laser, which is the last process. You smelled it burning. So they had a monitor set up, and it was zoomed in on your eye, so I could watch him cut the cornea and fold it back. And it was
Did you take that?
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and insert it. It was really hard to film through the glass,
I want to see that.
Yeah, but it was like wicked freaky looking. And then the whole thing, the picture goes dark, and all you can see is just a little red dot laser, and I'm assuming that's when they're doing the burning thing. And then the light comes back on, and you can see him flip the flap back up. Yeah, and it was very, like, I have a very weak stomach when it comes to like the human anatomy, so I mean I'm probably like making this sound worse than what it is.
Well, he's like, try not to squeeze your eyes, and the whole time, like, he is moving the flap off of my eye and back on. I'm wanting to like roll my eyes back to like get away from whatever he is.
Well, it's funny you said that, because I could see the second eye, you almost closed your eye.
Oh.
And then like you looked back up, and that's when he folded it back. So I think he just didn't want you to like blink or roll it back so the flap would get like stuck or something. So, but yeah,
freaky.
Very, very, very freaky. All right, guys, as you can see, I am not Emily. So right after the surgery, they told Emily that she needs to take a like 2 to 3 hour nap, and about, I would say, an hour in, I would say like 10 o'clock, she kind of yelled out, and she was like bawling her eyes out. She said her eyes were really burning and itchy, and basically I ended up giving her some like a sleeping pill so that she could fall asleep. And it is now 3:30, and I don't know, I guess I should let her sleep. I just don't know if I really want her to sleep all night like that, or I mean all day, and then she won't be able to sleep tonight. So I'm a little concerned. I didn't think she would be in this much like pain and discomfort. So, but everything I read says that's normal. I just I don't know. I'm worried about her. I want her to wake up and not be in pain. At least then I'll know. So that's where we're at right now. Alright, so she is alive.
This is what it looks like.
Put your sunglasses on.
Ugh.
She's trying to stab herself in the face.
So we got home at like what? 10?
Mm-hmm.
And it's 4 o'clock. I have to say, this has not been pleasant. We got home and I couldn't sleep. And it wasn't so bad until I laid there. And then my eyes itched and hurt so bad, and they wouldn't stop tearing. So, like, my eyes are watering like someone gave me allergies. And then I was crying because it hurt and I couldn't sleep, and they were itching, and I ended up taking a Unisom and went to sleep. That's why I woke up at 4 o'clock, but they still itch and my vision is still cloudy, but I can tell that I can see far, but I'm still having trouble seeing up close. It hasn't been fun.
She's hungry.
I'm starving.
Her timing was impeccable, because I just made myself a quesadilla. No, I'm just kidding.
I really do feel like Minority Report.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine. Like I said, I was super concerned when she woke up crying.
I didn't wake up. I tried
to. I mean, to me, she woke up. She was up there for an hour, and so.
Talk to me tomorrow.
Yes.
Maybe I'll be in a better
state. We will update progress maybe later tonight, and see how the vision is going. I know, this is insane. These are all, minus the beer, that's Justin's regimen. Look at that golden beer there. These are all eye drops that she has to take.
And vitamins.
And they're vitamins. Yeah, so there's a ton of like eye drops. I guess apparently it causes dry eye, and they're super trying to prevent that.
I got dry eye. All right, sorry. So this is day 2 post surgery, and I'm feeling better. They still itch a little bit.
Don't.
It's my eyelash. I have like sleep in my eyelash, and I'm trying not to rub my eyes because, what is it?
I'm just trying to get close.
Because I have this irrational fear that because the cornea flap is still a flap, if I rub them, it's gonna wrinkle my cornea.
Does the light still hurt them?
Not as much as it did yesterday. Yes, yesterday I couldn't open my eyes hardly at all. I was like this all day, but I can open them today.
So what's the vision like still?
Well, I feel like my distance vision is good. It's just like it was when I wore contacts. However, I feel like my up close vision is worse. So there's that. So that sucks. So what's more important to you? Your nearsighted vision or your farsighted vision?
So you can see far?
Yeah.
Like the same as your glasses?
Yes.
Or not yet?
Well, it's hard to tell because there's no words. That's a good way to judge how well I can see.
So maybe later today we'll do our super scientific Emily Reed shirt from across the house.
Yeah.